Good evening. It is with great pleasure and honor that I welcome you to the Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles Incorporated's 45th Annual Installation of Officers Ceremony. My name is Jasmine Horton, and I am the Vice President of BWL and the 2020 Chair of the Installation Committee. This is a historic moment as we celebrate our very first ever, but hopefully last, virtual installation and award ceremony. The theme for this upcoming year is honoring our legacy of resilience, pride, and community engagement. BWL has embodied each of these qualities throughout our 45-year history, and we don't plan on slowing down anytime soon. On behalf of the entire organization, I would like to thank our outgoing president, Rosetta Upshaw, and the board of officers, committee chairs, members, and everyone who made the 2019-2020 board year absolutely exceptional. Without you, we could not have quickly pivoted amidst our ever-evolving world and maintained a superior level of programming and outreach. I'd also like to extend a huge congratulations to the 2020-2021 incoming president, Michelle Kazadi, and the incoming board of officers and committee chairs. I believe each and every one of us was created for a time such as this and are making history as we continue the important legacy of Black women in the Los Angeles legal community, providing programs and support for our peers and the community at large. A very special thank you goes out to all of our sponsors. Without your support, BWL would not be able to maintain the level of outreach and commitment that we have gained a reputation for. We appreciate your generosity and look forward to furthering our partnerships with you to affect change in the future. Finally, I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your schedule to join us in this program. Even though we can't be together, we thank you for your support. We truly are all in this together, and I hope tonight's program blesses you, inspires you, and encourages you for the future. Please enjoy the presentation of the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing by James Weldon Johnson, produced, performed, and arranged by Donald Hayes, featuring Anthony Saunders.
Let our rejoicings rise high. Hello, my name is Nyanza Shaw, and I am president of the John M. Langston Bar Association. It is my honor and privilege on behalf of the Langston Bar to first congratulate Rosetta Upshaw on an outstanding year as BWL president. And we are happy to celebrate and congratulate Michelle Kazadi on being installed as BWL's next president. I am confident that Michelle and her board will do an excellent job of fulfilling this year's theme of honoring BWL's legacy of resilience, pride, and community engagement. Congratulations to the entire board on their installation.
Hello, my name is Shamboard Benton Hayes. I'm the president of the Black Women Lawyers Association of Northern California. I would like to congratulate Rosetta Upshaw and her board for an amazing year. I would also like to congratulate the incoming president, Michelle Kazadi, and her board. The organization is in great hands. This past year, both organizations collaborated on a powerful and necessary health and wellness seminar. It was well received by our members. I look forward to continuing to partner with Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles and provide events that are helpful to our members. The state of California truly needs this Black girl magic. Thank you.
Greetings. My name is Tamara Benefield Falk, and I am a lifetime member of Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Inc., as well as a past scholarship co-chair and a past cocktail sip co-chair. I'm also the Region 9 Director of the National Bar Association. The National Bar Association is our nation's only nationwide, primarily African-American bar association representing the interests of over 65,000 Black lawyers, judges, legislators, and professors and law students. Divided into 12 regions and a number of thriving sections and divisions, our affiliate chapters comprise the best of our organization, most notably Black Women Lawyers of Los Angeles Association. Black Women Lawyers is our most cherished affiliate chapter and will always be the crown jewel of the West Coast in terms of raising the bar for Black women lawyers in the Western Hemisphere and indeed the nation. Each year as Black Women Lawyers, we gather normally in person to install the new president. And while this year I bring you a virtual greeting, nonetheless, I have the pleasure of congratulating Michelle L. Kazadi on becoming the now 46th president of Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Inc., and now part of a long line of queens since we've been established in 1975. Justice Carol Codrington, Honorable Marguerite Downing, Honorable Patricia Titus, just to name a few. Michelle L. Kazadi, you have worked so hard for so many years in forwarding the mission of our beloved BWL to accomplish its charitable, educational goals, not only in the community of Los Angeles lawyers, but in the Los Angeles community at large. All this while managing your own law firm and accomplishing the designation as a certified family law specialist. The steadiness, the grit, the tenacity, and as you said it best, the resilience that you have demonstrated throughout the years of your service to BWL is exactly what we need for such a time as this. Despite every obstacle we face as Black women lawyers, a global pandemic, an economic slowdown, and the threat of a future fraught with uncertainty, we take confidence in your ability to lead undeterred, unimpeded, and inspired to forge this preeminent BWL ahead without skipping a beat. We want you to know that as you remain excellent and advance our organizational interests, you are giving permission to other women to be brave, to achieve Black excellence, and accomplish their dreams even as you accomplish yours. And this is only the beginning. On behalf of the National Bar Association, we salute you and we rally around your presidency. And we are looking forward to the next year of amazing programming and finding unique ways in which we can remain united and committed to being the best Black women lawyers that we can be. Women lawyers, especially young lawyers, will be looking to you for a model of excellence in leadership, entrepreneurialism, business, and community service, and rightfully so. Your hard work and positively charged, tireless commitment to Black women in the LA community is what makes your presidency so special. Thank you for all of your support that you've given to others, and now we are all so pleased that we can congratulate and support you and your illustrious board as you set out to realize your theme of honoring our legacy of resilience, pride, and community service. Black lives do matter. Black women lawyers matter. So on behalf of the National Bar Association, congratulations, and may this year bring you all the desires of your heart and your mind.
Greetings. My name is Alma Howard Graham, and I am the president of the Black Women Lawyers of Los Angeles Foundation, the fundraising arm for Black women lawyers. It is my honor and absolute pleasure to be here today to congratulate the outgoing and the incoming officers of Black women lawyers. Thank you to our outgoing president, Rosetta Upshaw. When the laws of California required us to cancel our annual fundraising scholarship luncheon, Rosetta challenged us to figure out other ways to fundraise in order to fund scholarships. She wanted us to be remembered as one of those organizations that stepped up during the pandemic. As a consequence, we were able to raise almost $50,000 in scholarships for deserving law students. Thank you, Rosetta. You led us with heart and resolute purpose, and you made us all shine. Thank you to the incoming president, Michelle Kazadi. Michelle, we are so excited and happy to pick up the mantle and run with you. It will be an exciting time, and it'll be an opportunity to honor our theme this year of the legacy of resilience, pride, and community service. These are tumultuous times with Black Lives Matters and the upcoming presidential election. Our presence is going to be more important than ever. So thank you very much for stepping up as well. Finally, thank you to you, our sponsors, our supporters, and all of our Black Women Lawyers members who help us in our efforts to serve our community with pride and seek justice and equality for our communities. So stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you.
Next, we'll hear from two of BWL's past presidents, Nicole Hancock Husband and Camille Townsend Granville, about the special impact of BWL and why you should consider supporting the organization.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole Hancock Husband. I was the president of Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Inc. from 2015 to 2016.
Hello, I'm Camille Townsend Granville. I am also a past president of the Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Inc. I was president in 2012 to 2013, and I'm also a life member of BWL.
Oh, yes, I forgot to say that. I have on my lifetime member pin. I'm a lifetime member too, Camille. So I will ask the first question of you, Camille Townsend Granville. I've known you when you've had all of those names. What made you join BWL, so many years ago?
I initially joined BWL as a law student years ago, and I was in Wisconsin, and I remember thinking, I've got to get back to Los Angeles, so I better start networking. So I joined the organization from afar. Many years later, I actually went to lunch with you, Nicole. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, I do.
Brand new, junior associate at a firm. And you actually encouraged me not only to rejoin the organization, but to become active on the board. And it was that year, and it was during Tangela Terry's presidency. It was during that year that I joined as a member at large.
I do remember that lunch, and if you hadn't brought it up, I was going to bring it up and say, I remember when you were a baby lawyer, a very junior lawyer, and we were talking about BWL, and I was encouraging you because I have had so much fun with BWL, gained so much from my BWL sisters, and enjoyed so much of my time over all of these, we'll just say 10 plus years working with BWL. So I can't say how much I would encourage any young lawyer to join BWL, come to our events. It is a wonderful sisterhood and organization.
Absolutely. So one question for you, Nicole.
Yes.
What is your most memorable BWL moment?
There's so many great moments, but I would say it would be the installation during my installation when I was installed as president. And this is where I bring in the props, Camille. How corny I am, and I have props. So this is the book our photographer prepared, but there's a picture of us right in the front. You see, that's Camille and me at my installation back in September of 2015. It was such a wonderful event. It was so wonderful to be welcomed into the President's Club by you and by many others to just really start such an exciting year as the president of the organization. So I have to say that was one of the best, most memorable moments, but there are many. It was hard to choose. How about for you? What would you say is your most memorable BWL moment?
My most memorable moment, like you, there are so many, but there are moments, you know what, I can't narrow it down to one.
I know.
I want to say becoming a past president of the organization, just because you know, during your presidency, you work so hard. You literally put all of your heart and soul and energy into the sisterhood that is BWL and the service, and it is truly a labor of love, and it's volunteerism at its finest. BWL provides an awesome vehicle for service, which is what really also helped draw me to the organization. But becoming a past president, just knowing all that had been accomplished, and joining the wonderful Past Presidents Club was memorable for me. And truly, there are these special moments, you know, when you go on a BWL retreat, when you're, you know, hanging out late with your BWL sisters-in-law, and, you know, those moments are the moments that really make you say, you know, look, I never want to miss a retreat. Like you make it your business to never miss a BWL retreat, because they are so special. And if not touching, they're just fun, and they're an opportunity to relax, and at really nice places, you know.
Yeah.
So we just have a good time, if nothing else. And like I said, in serving our community, and all the while making, at least for me, making me a stronger lawyer. I have, because of my BWL experiences, I am a better leader. I am a better communicator, because, you know, look, no one's going to stick it to you a little bit like a Black woman lawyer, and stick it to you with love. Stick it to you with love. But you are better for it, or at least I am better for it. And that's a big reason why I am so supportive of us, of the organization as a whole. And it is my first love of bar associations.
And we know you have been president and member of many bar associations, but I love that it's your first love. And I think
Don't tell anybody else.
We're not telling anybody, right? But you just gave such an excellent reason why people should support BWL, because this organization does make its members better. And I can completely echo the comment that you made about being a better leader, being a better follower and member. Just being a part of this organization has taught me a lot about how to be a productive and smart and capable leader and member of an organization, because sometimes it's about following, right? I was on your board, and I loved being on your board as a vice president and dealing with membership, just because I got to know everything that was going on with our members. And so I couldn't agree more, Camille. Such a great statement about BWL making better lawyers and making connections between lawyers, like in terms of opportunities finding out about different jobs. I found out about a job the other day and I immediately emailed two of the board members that I know of who do the work. It's an employment law job. I immediately emailed members of BWL. That's who I want to try and get into these jobs that we find out about. So it's so important to support the organization.
So this is why we're making the ask today, and in this way. During these unprecedented times, we are unable to hold many of the fundraisers that we would normally hold and sell tickets and fundraise with sponsors and things of that nature. So we're making this ask now in this way in hopes that you will give to the Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles. Individuals can go online by visiting www.blackwomenlawyersla.org. Or individuals can text the number on the screen to donate, or individuals can mail a check to the address also shown on the screen.
And companies may do so too. We will take companies' checks, individuals' checks, anyone's checks.
No amount is too small. No amount is too big.
Correct.
And we welcome it all, and we thank you in advance for your support.
Yes, thank you.
Now I'd like to introduce outgoing President Rosetta Upshaw, who will share highlights from this unique yet exciting past year and will present the President's Award for 3 outstanding members of her board.
Good evening. My name is Rosetta Upshaw. I am the outgoing president of Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Incorporated. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. It has been such a pleasure and such a privilege to serve as your president this year. So I'm going to take you all the way back to installation last year. We were together having the most glamorous brunch, celebrating champions in our community, acknowledging and appreciating our sponsors, and coming together to celebrate the past year and welcome in the new board. And it was such a great dynamic event. We were able to raise money for the year. Fast forward to the holidays, we had the most elegant cocktail sip. Again, thank you all so much for coming and for dancing with us and for giving us your time, your energy, your support. Once again, we were able to raise money for our community outreach, for our scholarships, for the legal clinics that we do, and all the ways that we serve the community. And at the end of the year, we had our holiday party. And once again, that's another fundraiser. We were able to get donations for families in need, to help feed them, to help clothe them, to help provide them with toiletries. And, you know, the next thing you know, we were in quarantine. And of course, COVID-19, nobody saw any of this coming. But I can tell you with 100% certainty that if I had known that COVID-19 was going to hit in March, I would have picked the exact same team. My board went above and beyond this year. If I was back to 2019 and I knew this was coming, I would have asked for Michelle Kazadi. I would have asked for Lisa, Jasmine, Keisha, Holly, Katori, Veronica, Marguerite, Tashiana, Trina, Marisha, everybody, the exact same team. So I am so happy and so proud of the work we did this year, the way we overcame all these challenges, because after raising money in September and during the holidays, we were able to do one in-person legal clinic before quarantine. And once March hit and we had the stay-at-home orders, we quickly pivoted into digital events. We canceled our in-person events. And I'm just really proud of the way our board stepped up. And so there were so many people in crisis. So many corporations were laying off employees. So many people lost family members. I lost family members to COVID-19. And as a board, we came together and we decided that now was a time to do more and not less. So during a normal year, we support scholarships, we support young attorneys, we support our community. And this year they needed us more than ever. And we called ourselves champions of sisterhood and service. And we were able to live up to that name. We had members who lost family members. We were able to support them, provide comfort. Our hospitality committee is so active, and we had members who lost their job, and we were able to provide job assistance. We were able to provide financial assistance to our members in need. And we had law students who were homeless because universities shut down and campus housing was no longer available. And we worked with the Langston Bar Association and the Thurgood Marshall Bar Association to come together and have forums to hear about what our law students needed and to provide them with it, to help them with internet access, to make sure they were able to finish out their school year and do their exams, to help them with job placement and internships as so many opportunities had been rescinded. And so once again, we decided as a board, as champions, that we needed to step our game up and to not use quarantine, COVID as an excuse to step back. So I was especially proud of our board because we are a community-based organization. We always support our community. We give donations to Prototypes, to Harriet Buhai, which we helped co-found. We work in our community with organizations, but that is something that we took to the next level this year because we actually gave hardship grants to people in our community who had a financial hardship. And I have to be honest with you, I was a little bit nervous to ask the board to just write checks to our members who had lost their job and who were looking for ways to feed their children. But thankfully, again, I picked the perfect team because we voted unanimously to support our members directly. And we voted unanimously to use our budget to make sure we were still able to give law student scholarships the way that we traditionally do. So even though we couldn't meet and gather in person the way we typically do, we were still able to be effective and serve our community. So I just wanted to highlight a few of the things we did this year. So not only the scholarships, the hardship grants, but we also still had CLEs. When the CARES Act was passed, we had panels to make sure that our members knew how to access resources that they needed. When small businesses were suffering, we highlighted small businesses, small law firms, solo practitioners, entrepreneurs in our community to make sure that everybody knew how to support each other. And so again, I'm just so proud of the work we did. Again, no one saw any of this coming, but I could not have picked a better team if I had planned it. So I want to say thank you to my board. Thank you to our past presidents, our lifetime members, especially our new lifetime members. We had so many individuals give directly to help support our scholarships for students this year. And everyone just came together to collaborate, and it was such a beautiful experience. And I'm so happy that we were able to live up to this year's theme, Champions of Sisterhood and Service. And speaking of champions, I do want to highlight some outstanding champions on our board this year. First, I'll start with Devin Hine. Devin, thank you so much. We had to pivot to digital programming and doing everything online, all of our communication online. Devin Hines served as our corresponding secretary this year, and she went above and beyond to make sure that we were able to stay connected to our membership, to send out more emails than we typically do, to keep our community informed about the various stay-at-home orders, curfews, and different initiatives that were happening in our city that people needed to know about day to day and hour to hour. So Devin, thank you so much for being an outstanding board member this year. We could not have done it without you. And so check the mail because I will be at your mailbox with your award pretty soon. So again, thank you. And another outstanding board member was Holly Parker. Holly, thank you so much. You served as our treasurer and as the co-chair of the cocktail sip. And as you all know, the cocktail sip is a lot of work and it's one of our biggest fundraisers. And I'm so happy that we did have an opportunity to gather in person before quarantine and to raise money to make sure that we were able to do everything that we could to support our membership this year. And thank you for serving as treasurer and making sure that we had the funds available to give scholarships and to give hardship grants. We also addressed police brutality, and we issued a statement regarding George Floyd and racial injustice. And we did everything we could to support our community. Holly, I want to thank you especially because we could not have done it without you. So thank you, Holly Parker, outstanding board member this year. And finally, I would like to award Uche Andine with an outstanding board member award also. Uche, thank you so much. You really went above and beyond. Not only were you the co-chair of the cocktail sip and the newsletter editor, you also helped mentor the Young Lawyers Committee this year. You also planned multiple dynamic events to make sure that our members knew how to invest in stocks, knew how to invest in real estate during this time and take advantage of opportunities. They knew how to get their grants from the government through the CARES Act. And you also were the brainchild behind the Reading to Kids Bedtime Story series that we did this year, where twice a week we helped our members by reading bedtime stories to their children in their home together. And that was something very warm and comforting for our members and just enjoyable for everybody to help bring us together. So Uche, thank you for everything you did this year. Those are the 3 outstanding board members. So thank you so much. So with that, it is now time for me to pass the gavel to our incoming president, Michelle Kazadi. And Michelle, I just want to say, I know you are going to have the most amazing year. I think we've proven that even though we don't know what the future holds, we are always up to the task. So I wish you and your board the best. And of course, I'll be here if you need me.
Good evening. My name is Tara Kennedy Doss. As the immediate past president of BWL, I bring greetings from myself and the past presidents of this illustrious organization. We have watched in awe over these last several months as Rosetta led BWL with dignity during a global pandemic, national protest, and civil unrest as our country fights against racial injustice. Through Rosetta's leadership, BWL's voice has continued to be a positive force in California's legal community. Rosetta, we appreciate all that you have done for BWL this board year. With that, it is my pleasure to officially welcome you to the very exclusive Past Presidents Club of BWL. As a token of our appreciation and as a welcome gift, we present you with a gift basket containing some of your favorite things. We hope you enjoy these items as you rest and recover from a very demanding presidency. We love you, Rosetta, and welcome to the Past Presidents Club.
Now to formally install the 2020-2021 Board of Officers, please welcome the Honorable Yvette Rowland.
Hi, my name is Judge Yvette Rowland, and I'm the supervising judge in the hearing department of the State Bar of California. It is my distinct pleasure to swear in the 2020 through 2021 officers of the Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Inc. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jasmine Horton.
I, Shirley Scahan.
I, Angela Morales.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will uphold and defend
that I will uphold and defend
the Constitution and the bylaws of the Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Inc.
The Constitution and the bylaws of the Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Inc.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely and voluntarily.
that I will take this obligation freely and voluntarily
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office to which I have been duly elected.
And that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties of the office to
office
which
which
I have been duly elected.
elected.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Michelle Kazadi will be installed by the Honorable Patricia J. Titus as the 46th President of BWL.
Good evening. I'm Judge Patricia J. Titus, and it is indeed my pleasure to serve as the installing officer to administer the oath of office to our incoming BWL President. Please raise your right hand. I, and state your name,
I, Michelle Kazadi,
do solemnly pledge
do solemnly pledge
that I will abide by and uphold
that I will abide by and uphold
the Constitution and bylaws of the Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Incorporated,
the Constitution and bylaws of the Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Incorporated,
and ensure that its mission is accomplished during my tenure in office.
and ensure that its mission is accomplished during my tenure in office.
I take this obligation freely and voluntarily
I take this obligation freely and voluntarily
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
And that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties of President
discharge the duties of President
to which I have been duly elected.
to which I have been duly elected.
I now declare that you have been duly installed as the 46th President of the Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Michelle L. Kazadi, Esquire.
Good evening. My name is Michelle Kazadi, and I'm humbled to be installed as the 46th President of Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Incorporated. On behalf of Black Women Lawyers, I want to thank you for being here with us tonight for this momentous occasion. While we are disappointed that we cannot see your beautiful faces in person at our annual dinner, we are confident that we made the responsible choice to present our installation of officers ceremony to you virtually in order to ensure everyone's safety. Thank you to our sponsors and to each of you who donated this evening. We appreciate your support. I want to thank outgoing President Rosetta Upshaw for her leadership over this past year, and her board of officers for their dedication and hard work in sustaining the mission of BWL. I also want to thank the 2020 Installation Planning Committee for your months of dedication and hard work to make this event a reality. Putting together a program like this is not a one-woman job by any stretch. It took a team of dedicated volunteers, even in the virtual space, to create this event. This is our first virtual installation ceremony, and we had no playbook or template on how to do it, but we figured it out, and I'm thankful for everyone who contributed. A special thank you to Diala Washington at Brand Quality for guiding us through the process. I want to thank all of the past presidents of BWL for everything you have contributed to ensure that the legacy of BWL endured. Without each of your sacrifices, I would not be able to sit here tonight and step into the role as president of this illustrious organization. I want to say a special hello and I love you to my Kazadi and Mukuna families here in the United States, also in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and in Brazil. And I want to say hello to my Geritano and Gallagher families, both here in the United States and in Japan. I appreciate you guys, I love you, and I thank you for all that you've done in my life. When I announced that I was going to be president of BWL this year, I was overwhelmed by the outpouring of support and well wishes from friends that I've met throughout my life. Thank you to my friends from Fairfax High School, Cal State Dominguez Hills, Howard University, and University of Louisville. I so appreciate your unwavering love and support. And I cannot let this moment go by without acknowledging all of my sorors of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I'm a 25-year Silver Star member initiated in the Eta Omega chapter in Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to my line sisters of the 19 Images of Excellence, fall 1995. I also want to extend a warm sisterly greeting to all of my sorors in the fascinating far western region, especially to the sorors of my chapter here in Culver City, Mu Lambda Omega. I miss you guys and I can't wait to see you guys soon. Over the course of my life, I've been fortunate to be part of a few different legacies that have defined me and my purpose in this world. So when I was thinking about the theme for BWL this year, I wanted to choose a theme that really captured the legacy that the BWL founders created and what has sustained the organization for over 45 years. Our theme this year is honoring our legacy of resilience, pride, and community engagement. Black women lawyers are resilient. Resilience being the ability to recover quickly from difficulties or toughness. Resilience by necessity is built into the fabric of who we are, especially those of us in the legal community. We all share the unique experience of having to not only face racism and implicit bias, but sexism as well. It can never be overstated how heavy this load is to bear. Nevertheless, we persist, we meet challenges head on, and we break barriers. I'm a lifetime member of BWL, and I'm proud to be a part of the BWL legacy, as I am sure all of the other members are as well. For those unaware of our history, BWL was founded in 1975 by Congresswoman and then Supervisor Yvonne Brathwaite Burke and Justice Vano Spencer, who was the first African-American woman to serve on the bench in California and the third African-American judge to serve in the history of the United States. Today, almost 46 years later, BWL members are public and private sector attorneys, partners at top law firms, professors at top universities, and bench officers in the Superior Court as well as the Court of Appeals. It is because of these women and their trailblazing accomplishments that everyone who comes after them can set their dreams to meet and even surpass what has already been done before us. I'm filled with pride every time I think about being part of the BWL legacy. Earlier this evening, you heard from Camille, Nicole, and Rosetta about the great work that BWL does to support attorneys, law students, and the community at large. Engaging with our community is the most important mission of BWL. Now more than ever, in the midst of the world's health crisis and the seemingly never-ending injustices committed against communities of color, it is important for BWL to lend its voice and collective power to fight for social justice. This year, while you may not see pictures of BWL members at our annual fundraisers or educational programs due to our inability to gather, I can assure you that we will remain actively engaged with our communities. We will mobilize to provide election protection and education about the voting process, candidates, and initiatives. We will continue to provide financial support to the most vulnerable in our communities. We will continue to provide mentorship and scholarship to law students, and we will continue to provide continuing legal education courses for attorneys. If you're a member of BWL, thank you for your vote of confidence in my ability to light the way forward as the 46th president. Thank you to the 2020-2021 Board of Officers and committee chairs for stepping up to the task of leading BWL this year. I look forward to working with you. Thank you to my BWL mentors and sisters. There are too many of you to name, and if I leave anyone out, I'll never hear the end of it, so I'm going to thank you collectively as a group. You're all phenomenal women and impressive, and you make me proud to say that I am a member of BWL. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thanks again to our sponsors and to all of you who donated this evening. We look forward to a productive year as we celebrate our legacy of resilience, pride, and community engagement. Good night.
Coming up next, past presidents, the Honorable Brenda Johns Penny and the Honorable Patricia J. Titus will share what it means to lead BWL through turbulent times.
Heartfelt congratulations to the incoming BWL President, Michelle Kazadi, as she assumes the helm of Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles during this challenging time. Congratulations are also in order to the incoming 2020 BWL Board as they embark on their important responsibilities. I served as BWL President from September 1991 to September 1992. Our challenges began to develop in March of 1991 with the beating of Rodney King, which was followed a few days later by the shooting death of Latasha Harlins at a local convenience store. The confluence of these two events brought the issues of race and access to the forefront and raised tensions in the community to a high level. Those tensions in the community continued to rise and culminated with the civil unrest which began on April 29, 1992, and ended on May 4, 1992. It was an extremely difficult time for our community, and I certainly never imagined that these events would occur while I was president. What I knew was that action was required in the situation. We decided to use it as an opportunity for BWL to help the community and to make a difference in the lives of the community members we serve. BWL engaged in outreach in multiple platforms. We provided legal assistance. We provided food to those in need. We were a presence at community gatherings, at civic events, and other public forums. And we were able to provide guidance and leadership as our city struggled to regain its footing. We forged alliances with other bar associations in providing needed services to the community. We also helped to create the Multicultural Bar Alliance to fortify relationships among diverse bar associations and to build coalitions, which are still with us today, almost 30 years later, doing the work of the community. Similarly, today, in the face of converging crises confronting our city, BWL can use its voice, its members, its partners in law, and in justice, and its resources as we did in 1992 but with a 2020 twist to help the community it serves. Again, congratulations. BWL is in good hands.
Greetings, I'm Judge Patricia J. Titus, and I had the privilege and honor of serving as the 17th president of Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, Incorporated during the term 1992 to 1993. Coming off the heels of the resulting civil unrest spurred by the not guilty verdict in the criminal prosecution of the police officers who beat Rodney King, BWL found itself at a crossroads. Our profile as an organization had risen significantly during this period, and we realized that ours was an important and necessary voice to be heard within the Los Angeles legal landscape. In order to continue to be taken seriously, we made the quality decision to become an affiliate of the Los Angeles Bar Association during my presidency. From that point forward, we have always been looked to as one of the leaders in the Los Angeles legal community. We are always at the table. We are always at the forefront of making sure that justice for all is not some empty platitude, but remains a vibrant reality for everyone, regardless of race. Our raised profile also resulted in a significant increase in our dues-paying membership, and our ranks swelled to well over 300 members. That resulted in us moving our annual cocktail sip from the Ambassador Hotel to the Los Angeles Century Plaza. That generated a banner year of funds from which we were able to increase and fund our community service, bar grants, and law student scholarships. Additionally, during my term, BWL banded together with the National Bar Association, the California Association of Black Lawyers, and the John M. Langston Bar Association to write a letter to the governor to hold him accountable for the lack of appointments of African Americans to the bench. We educated him on the benefit of and the importance of diversity in the judiciary. And as a result, our numbers on the bench continued to increase from that point forward. During my term, BWL grew up as an organization and secured its place and its voice in the Los Angeles legal community. Michelle, as you commence your term of office, know that you have been elected for such a time as this. You're well able to lead our organization as we continue to navigate the current climate. Continue to allow BWL's voice to be at the table and heard on every issue. Continue to allow BWL to chart the course and be the forerunner. Continue to challenge the status quo and the criteria, holding those responsible to task for anything that has a disproportionate impact on the community we serve. Chart the vision, make it plain so that those in our organization and our supporters can run with it. And if you do, you will ensure that you have a successful year and accomplish everything you want to accomplish during your term as president. Congratulations on ascending to the presidency.
Every year, BWL receives generous support and contributions from organizations and individuals like you. Let's go back to Camille and Nicole to hear how BWL uses those contributions to impact the community and further the mission of BWL.
What makes this BWL sisterhood so special to you?
I've just grown a lot, I think, as a person with my sisterhood. I mean, I am friends, actual friends, not just colleagues, but actual friends with BWL members, and friendships that I developed through the organization, through even through COVID-19, staying in regular communication with individuals, whether it's about nails or if it's about just general BWL business, whatever it is, or children being born. You just have someone there always that you can count on. How about you, Nicole?
Okay, so I will tell a story and show another prop. So you remember this because you helped to give this plaque to me when I was the outgoing president at the installation of my friend and soror, Amber Finch, when she became president in 2016. Our soror, correct. Got that plaque then, but it was being at that installation was such a sense of relief of maybe having a little bit of my life back. Not so much work when you're a president, but the exhilaration and the wonder and just the welcoming that all of the past presidents did, welcoming me into the Past Presidents Club. I have to say that was one of the moments where I felt that sisterhood the most, just the open arms of you and the congratulations of you did a good job. And I mean, there are multiple moments of sisterhood, right, throughout all of this times when people have been supportive and friendly, and when I had my daughter and everyone was so excited. And so lots of moments like that. But I think that was one of those special ones that really showed that sisterhood to me.
If you pitch someone on donating to BWL or sponsoring a BWL event, what would you say?
You're gonna make me give my 11-second elevator speech right now, huh?
Yes.
I will say that I have done this pitch before for why you should support BWL. And I will bring up my third and final prop here if you can see it in the camera. But this is the award. It's glass, it's hard to see, but I'll read it. The State Bar of California Diversity Award. In 2016, we were awarded this award by the State Bar of California, and I had the pleasure and the honor of going to represent BWL in San Diego at the convention to accept this award. And it was such a wonderful experience. It wasn't about me or my presidency or what we did during my year, but the culmination of years of supporting young Black lawyers. Yes, our charge is about Black women lawyers, but we support all kinds of young lawyers, and we partner with all kinds of bar associations, specialty bar associations across Los Angeles, across the state of California. We support young lawyers, mid-level lawyers, older lawyers like myself. We are out there doing the work, not just to support lawyers, but also the work that we do in the community and supporting those in Los Angeles and making sure that we are there to support anyone who needs assistance, whether it's pro bono clinics and legal help, or it's going out in the community at Thanksgiving, Christmas time, or other times to make sure that we're supporting. I recall an event where we were supporting Prototypes, which is a support center and about domestic violence shelter for women. So we're out there in the community, we're supporting. And so you know that when you give dollars to BWL, you are giving dollars right to the community. That's where this money goes. It goes to scholarships for law students. It goes to helping someone pay for the bar fees, which can be expensive. I could go on, but the elevator doors have opened and I'm gonna let you go and know that you're gonna write that check to BWL. We have lots of different ways that you can share your funds with us. We have the text to give. We also have our website where you can donate directly, www.blackwomenlawyersla.org. Or you can do it the good old-fashioned way and write a check and send it in to the address on your screen. So when you're thinking about how much you are going to donate, because I know we've convinced you to donate to BWL, no amount is too small, as Camille said, and no amount is too large. And the reality is during this pandemic, we can't have an event. We're so sad that we can't have an event where we could all come together. So Why not spend that $150 or $200 you were going to spend on tickets to the event and donate that to BWL? Or why not sponsor a table without having a table, $1,000 or $1,500? And if you're really balling, we will take your check for $5,000 or $10,000 to support all the good work that this organization does.
Greetings, my name is Sina Dennis, and I am a past president of the Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles and a life member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Established in 1908 at Howard University, Alpha Kappa Alpha is the first Greek-lettered sorority founded by African American college women. For more than 112 years, the women of Alpha Kappa Alpha have been dedicated to excellence in education and community service. As a member of Mu Lambda Omega chapter in Culver City, California, Michelle Kazadi has been actively involved in Alpha Kappa Alpha's community service programs, including HBCU for Life, a call to action, a program that focuses on education with an emphasis on historically Black colleges and universities, and women's health care and wellness, a program that raises community awareness of critical health issues impacting African American women. Michelle's soars are filled with sisterly pride that she is continuing to distinguish herself in excellence and service as president of Black Women Lawyers. When I first met Michelle, I did not know that she was a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, but as I observed her commitment to BWL's mission, her rich heritage in community service was on full display, and I was not surprised and soon learned that she is my soror. Both Alpha Kappa Alpha and Black Women Lawyers are dedicated to the development of their members and the promotion of justice in the Black community and the community at large. This year marked the 100-year anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment that gave women the right to vote. For Black women, however, the 19th Amendment did not end their fight for the vote. The women of Alpha Kappa Alpha have been involved in the struggle for women's suffrage since the 1920s, and Black women lawyers will be working to eliminate voter suppression and to ensure full and safe access to the polls in 2020. Michelle, when you were elected president, I know that this event is not the installation that you had envisioned. If we had been able to meet in person, I would have asked all the members of Alpha Kappa Alpha to stand with me as I started my remarks. You would have been surrounded by BWL past presidents and members of Mu Lambda Omega. However, because of the pandemic, I'm seated alone and without any flowers. This installation is virtual, but the love and support you have from your sorors is real. On behalf of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, congratulations on being installed as president of Black Women Lawyers Association of Los Angeles, and best wishes for an outstanding year of service to all mankind.
Hello everyone, I'm Kevin C. Brazil, the presiding judge of the Los Angeles Superior Court. I wish to congratulate the new BWL incoming president, Michelle, who will be a terrific and amazing leader for BWL. Michelle, we are certainly in challenging times due to COVID-19 and in light of the brutal death of George Floyd. But together, we will overcome these challenges. I also want to congratulate the new BWL board members, and I know each of you will do an outstanding job for BWL. Finally, I wish to thank outgoing President Rosetta Upshaw for her great leadership and wonderful contributions to BWL.
Hello, BWL members and friends. I'm Assistant Presiding Judge Eric Taylor, and I'm so honored and happy to have an opportunity to say hello, even virtually, and celebrate the officers of BWL. Congratulations on another year, and thank you for 45 plus years of service to our community and profession. To outgoing President Upshaw and your team, you certainly know when to pack it up and turn over the keys. You led during such a challenging year of health and injustice pandemics. Thank you. To incoming President Michelle, you have so many challenges ahead, but you and your board of talented Black women leaders have so many opportunities before you. I'm so confident in you and look forward to working together. It's your time.
Good evening, BWL. Capri Maddox here, the Executive Director of the Civil and Human Rights Department here in Los Angeles. I'm also a longtime friend of Michelle's. We actually went to high school together, and she promises she will not tell what year that was. Then we graduated from Fairfax High. Back then, she was the person that was like smart, responsible, kind, and thoughtful. And it's, you know, the kind of the person you love to hate, but you couldn't, because she was just, you know, joy and gentleness, and always including everyone. And I think that the skills that she acquired back then, and that's who she is, has led her to this place. And I'm just looking forward to working with her in this new role and supporting her. But I just want you all to know over at BWL Land that she is that person still. She is smart, she is kind, she is thoughtful, and she is responsible. She's gonna get things done. And we are all here to help her. In this time and in this season, with all this going on in our country and even abroad, we need good leaders to stand up. And I'm happy that my friend Michelle is your leader, and I look forward to working with you all this year. Take care. Congratulations, Michelle.
Hi, I'm State Senator Holly Mitchell, and I want to tip my hat to my sisters in the Black Women Lawyers of Los Angeles. You have a history of amazing civic and community services for all the residents of Los Angeles, and so I thank you. I want to congratulate outgoing President Rosetta Upshaw on your work and leading your board over the last year, and welcome in new President Kazadi and your board. You are coming into your leadership in an amazing year for Black women and Black women lawyers all over the state of California. And I want you to know that I stand with you here in the state capitol in Sacramento, as well as Los Angeles. 2020 is a pivotal year for us, for quite frankly, as Black women. Recognizing it's the 55th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act of '65, as well as the 100th anniversary of women earning the right to vote here in California. And so it is going to be our responsibility to do all that we can to educate and advocate and support our Black woman attorney, VP candidate. But beyond that, just making sure that everyone turns out and we exercise, from my perspective, this inalienable right to fair and equal representation. So congratulations, Black women lawyers, on your installation of your new officers. Please know that I've got your back. And just a reminder, everybody, please stay safe. Be well.
I hope you all are as excited as I am to embark upon this next chapter of our organization's history, as we honor our legacy of resilience, pride, and community engagement. Thank you all for attending this evening for our first ever virtual installation of Officer Ceremony. Thank you again for our sponsors and to everyone who donated this evening. Stay safe, be well, and we'll see you soon.